What's good, everyone? This is Chef Prime, and today what I'm going to do is actually show y'all how to properly clean your fruits. Now, right now, as you can see, I got your classic blueberries, and then I got these wonderful champagne grapes. You see that, right? But keep in mind that you could do this same process with any kind of fruits, any kind of vegetables, okay? So first, what you want to do is take your blueberries out the carton, lay it on a surface that's flat so you can be able to easily see the kind of deficiencies that you need to pluck from the blueberries that's good. So case in point, you see this type of blueberry right here? How it's all shriveled up like a raisin, right? So you don't want this in your pile that you're going to eat. You can see this other one right here that's kind of smashed in together with another blueberry. You don't want this in your pile. So as I go through this and pick out all the ones that's bad, you know, that's what you want to keep in mind, right? So this is too small, okay? And you can kind of get a feel for it. Now, I want you to focus on one core element, and this is why you want to wash your fruits. Do you see the gray powder substance on these blueberries? Mm-hmm. You see that? So this is all of those harsh pesticides. This is the poisons that they actually spray consistently throughout the growth and development of your fruits and vegetables. And this is supposed to keep the bugs away from eating the product. But at the same time, this doesn't simply wash away with water. So that's why you have to take it a step up, and you take like let's use this bowl as an example because I think you can see better. But you take a bowl, fill it part way with water, probably let's just say like a quarter size of the bowl, right? You fill it up with water, and then in equal parts you take distilled white vinegar. Okay, that's the secret weapon. And then you pour the distilled white vinegar into that bowl, equal parts again. Okay. Now, some people I've noticed actually have taken 100% vinegar and poured it into the bowl and then soaked their fruits for typically, you know, upwards of 10 minutes. But, you know, to each his own. But the main thing is adding specifically the distilled white vinegar. That's going to be the most important thing. So as you shift through, and I'm going to kind of speed this up right now. As you shift through your blueberries and you find all of the good ones that you want to keep from the bad ones that you want to discard. Some people do like the field test. So they take like a nice juicy one. Is it firm or is it soft? Now the softer it is, the sweeter, the more ripe it is. The harder it is, then you know you kind of need some time for it to go through the ripening stage for it to be, you know, edible and to have that kind of sweet note to it. So this is a bad one. I do not like the small ones. I know probably you will probably eat those, but I personally do not. Sometimes you also want to check for any kind of cracks or splits with the blueberries as well, or just in general with your fruit. You know, you don't want that nasty surprise of insects in your fruits or vegetables, and they're hiding. That's a nasty surprise, a surprise that I have actually went through myself. I've actually went to a grocery store at one time, and I brought this type of, I think it was like strawberries or something like that, or possibly a melon. And the funny thing was, I was opening it up, and before I bit it, it was an apple. I'm sorry. So before I bit into the apple, I did see a little burrowed hole in it. And when I cut it in half, it was one of those worms that you typically see living and nesting inside your apple. So from that point on, I was like, hey, yeah, I definitely got to check. So again, you want to soak these for upwards of like 10 minutes. And then from that process, you strain it, and then you wash it again with clean water, and you washing the vinegar off, right? Because you don't want to eat good fruits with that vinegar taste to it. That's disgusting. So look, I know y'all seen, everybody know what grapes are, right? Seedless grapes, grapes with seeds, the big jumbo grapes, the natural grapes. But check this out. I had to get it. Champagne grapes, y'all. Look at the beauties of these. Now look, this is what makes champagne grapes so special. You see how small these things is? Whoo! Next level, y'all. Champagne grapes. So these flavors hit really different. So we're just going to drop the entire thing in a body of water, and you want to do it, very gently, because look at the sides of these things. Look how small they are. So these things are so small, they remind me of spears. When you're doing molecular gastronomy cooking, spears is typically the size of this, but slightly bigger, depending on how big you want your spear, but you kind of get the idea. But you want to simply lay it in the water. With the blueberries, you can just drop them in. So you want to just do this. Look at this beaut. And look at the back. So you can see some of the shriveled up ones. You can see one that's split open, and you see the shriveled up ones right here. So I'm not worried about that. Ooh, what is this? Ah, you see that white one right here? That, my friends, is mold. You want to gently just take that out. Okay, so that calls for me to do further inspection. All right. Just like this is the process, y'all. And this is why you do this, all right? Once that's done, you lay that right there, all right? Keep the thing up. I'm about to just go down and pick up the grapes. I have 2 dogs. I don't want the dogs to eat the grapes. Okay? So this is the hand that I picked up the grapes with. We're going to do it with my alternate hand. All right, so the same thing. Looking, inspecting. I do see some shriveled up ones in there, which is not a problem, because before we eat it, you can obviously just pluck it out. So that's not a big deal. The big deal was that white one. That's the crazy joint, because it had legit mold on it, and it was a mold spur. Look at these, y'all. Don't it feel like the Roman days? Are you like, you know what I mean? Like, look how this is crazy. So let's get those all in there. And the ones with the mold, that's the ones that's obviously bad, because it can actually draw mold into the other grapes, and then it starts that downward spiral. So let me try to pick this up without. So look at that. This one little thing right here with all of that mold ring, right? Let's call it the mold crowd. This is the one, over time, unchecked, could contaminate the entire pack of champagne grapes, or in your case, any other fruits. So you got to be very mindful. You just can't go through this process quick. I could, because I've done this so many times in my past life as a chef. And I know the severity of what one little thing can do, just like a dead plant. Same mindset, right? Same concept. You want to pluck it out. You want to get it out of there so you can save the rest. So you have all the grapes. And I don't know if y'all can see it, but you can start to see some of the vinegar really interacting with the top portion of the spray, right? And it's really starting to remove the pesticide from it. And you can see kind of like, even now, like the murkiness is starting to get there. So you just want to leave this aside. Take like a mental note. The time right now is 7:58. So about for about 8, let's do like 8:10 p.m. I'll take it out, and like I said, put it in a strainer, wash it, dry it, and then it's ready for consumption. So that's the kind of stuff that you want to do. So when it comes to vegetables, you want to be a little bit mindful, depending on the type of vegetable that you're dealing with. You want to break each part. So like celery, bok choy, like you want to rip those things apart to get in between, because it's growing up from the ground. You want to get in between, like rip them apart, wash them thoroughly. You're going to see some insects. Be mindful of those too. So just do a thorough job. Don't be so quick to, wash the top portions of it. You want to break it apart. You want to cut it down. So if you're dealing with a head of, let's say, lettuce, cabbage, anything like that, cut those things down. Spend that extra time to focus on cutting those things down so you can thoroughly wash, and you can still make the water white vinegar mix, or if you want, it's up to you. You could just do straight up white vinegar. I like to do the mix, kind of semi-dilute, but it doesn't take any of the scripting powers away from the vinegar doing its job. Okay, and always remember, once it gets done, being stripped, then you want to wash the leftover sprays or whatever these Monsanto's and other companies are using to spray on your, all of our foods and fruits and vegetables for this particular case. All right, y'all. So I wanted to just take this time to really get like 2 very simple things to show you a very, very important process. Very important. All right. And I just utilize this as an example. So thank you for your time. Thank you for watching. And we're going to kick this into high gear. Look out for more, definitely. Don't forget to subscribe to Next Chef Network. Be a part of the 30,000+ subscribers, members of this beautiful channel. All right, y'all. Thank you. Chef Prime out.